Let's talk smoky eyes. There are lots and lots of different smoky eye techniques, lots of them using black eyeshadow. So we just wanted to show you more of a soft smoky eye, and one that's a little bit more wearable. You could probably even wear it during the day if you wanted to, if you had a wedding or something. And I'm going to do it with the shadow liner on the inner rim, on the waterline, but you can skip that step. So Mandy's just going to use the eyeshadows alone to show you how it will look. And I'm going to do mine with the Ocean Dance palette, and Mandy's going to use
my show-off palette for vibrance.
So we'll both be doing the same technique, but you will get to see it with different colours, which will be pretty cool. So first brush is, we're going to use this small shadow brush, or you might call it a shade brush. I love this little thing because it can be nice and precise. And what I actually find is easiest is to start with the darker colours and then move through to the lighter colours, and that way things will sort of blend as you go, and then it won't be so much blending at the end. What else did I want to say? I'll think of it after. All good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there are two ways to do it. I was having a play on the weekend and I just used the dark shade colour first, and then I went over it with the green to make it almost a smoky green colour. But then I've actually found I can do both steps in one. So I go dab, dab.
Oh.
So you're getting both at the same time. Or you can do dab, dab, dab. Yeah, just make sure you've got both colours on at the same time. Shake off any excess, do a little dab on your hand to make sure you haven't got too much on your brush. That's what I was going to say, is if you are new to doing a smoky eye, have a play at home. Don't do it just before you're about to go out. And also that you can do your eyeshadow first before you do your base. So as you can see, Mandy and I, we've both got foundation on and our cheeks on. But what you can do is, if you think I'm going to make a mess with the eyeshadow, simply just put a little bit of eyeshadow on your eye like this. A little bit of foundation on your eye like this as a base. Then go straight into your eyeshadow. Once you finished it off, then do your base. So that way, if you do drop some on your cheeks, it's not going to undo the beautiful application. Okay, so dab, dab, we've done that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the socket line, okay? So, and you can see I'm keeping my eye open, so I'm doing into the socket line and just slightly above, so that when my eye's open, you can still see it. So just into that socket line, just like that.
Should I put a bit more colour on?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe a few more dabs. So I'm going to do both eyes, dab, dab, dab. So you can see I just sort of tilt my head back a bit so that I can see what I'm doing, but get it on there with my eye open. Then I straighten up, have a look at what it will look like when I'm talking to someone. And don't panic too much about it being perfect, because we can fix it up as we go.
And I used to do like streaks before I started working with Megan, and now I do a little dot, dot, dot motion.
Yeah, because you've got a little tiny brush, we really just want to sort of make sure we're getting that product on there.
And how's mine? Have I got it in the right spot?
Yeah, just look at me. Yeah, perfect. That's how you check, is you just look straight on in the mirror. Yeah.
And you can see it.
Yeah, it looks good. And you can see it's a very severe line, but we'll be blending that. You'll also notice that when I'm grabbing the eyeshadow, I'm not swooping it around, I'm not doing strokes. These are really highly pigmented, and any good quality eyeshadow will be like that, is you just have to dab. That's it. There's no sweeping it around, okay?
Otherwise, you're just wasting your product and it won't last you as long.
And making a mess. So I've done another dab, dab, using the same two dark colours. And now I'm going to run along the lash line. So starting on the outer corner and just tapering off to nothing as you move in towards the nose. Dab, dab. I'm going to keep going. I'm just showing you as I go.
I'm just pulling my skin a little bit taut because I'm 46 now, so I've got my skin's a little bit looser than it used to be. So I find if I just give it just a little bit of pressure there, just to make it easier.
Yeah, so not actually pulling it, but just holding it. Hey, just giving it support.
And how far along do I go? All the way?
Yeah.
All the way, okay.
So I've done one eye, I'll just do the other now. So you're sort of creating
Dab,
that,
dab, dab.
that sort of C shape. Little pat, 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 pat. Again.
So are they supposed to join up then? Mine aren't joining up.
Yeah,
So
they're supposed to join up. Yeah,
Okay.
good question. So it's sort of like that sort of C shape. So that's what mine is looking like at the moment. Good. Yours is so nice and green. I love it. It's cool.
It's the show-off green.
I love it. Super cool. Oh, cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour in slightly with them. So same two colours, and I'm just going to colour in that corner a little bit so that that outer third has the nice dark shady colour. Dab, dab. And a little pat, pat, pat. Looks good. So just checking it as we go. Eyes open, eyes shut. So that's what mine looks like at the moment. Cool. Now we're going to do underneath the eye. So again, you can skip this step. Not everyone likes eyeshadow under their eye. I love it. Especially if you're going to put shadow liner on the waterline. That can make your eyes look really beady and small. So if you're taking the eyeshadow under your eye, that'll help make sure your eyes look nice and big. So same two colours. I wouldn't take it all the way across. I'd concentrate on the outer 2/3. So just doing it there. And then just tapering off to nothing as you get closer. So I've taken it, I suppose I have taken it all the way in, but it's sort of really quite minimal there, and then smoking it out a little bit as I get further out. So dab, dab again. Concentrating on that out a bit. And then tapering off to nothing as you're working closer to the nose. I'll just finish mine off and then I'll have a look at yours, Mandy. So you can see this is a sort of eyeshadow technique you don't want to do in a rush, okay? Good, that looks really nice, really awesome.
So I felt that I put almost nothing coming into the eye.
Yes, taper off to nothing. Yeah, so you can see I've got most of the product there and then into nothing, and you've done the same. Looks really cool. All right, I'm going to swap brushes now. I'm going to use our brow brush and I'm going to use the eyeshadow end.
That end?
That end, yes, thank you. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the skin colour in that little hollow that we've left. We're going to colour that in with the skin colour. While you're doing it, you can almost blend it in to the darker colour to help blend it as you go. Okay, so with the Ocean Dance palette, you can actually use either of these colours as a skin colour. So I am actually going to use the pink one as the skin colour today. Even though that's technically the highlighter, I love it as the skin.
I've got mine.
You've got that one there. So grabbing some there and just patting it on. So just in that hollow, and then just gradually just moving it into that darker bit as well, just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Beautiful. Do the other side.
I was making sure that I left the colour on top of the lashes, so that's right, so you don't blend it down.
Don't blend it all the way to the lashes. Make sure you've got the darkest colour right next to your lashes. Yeah. So it almost gives an appearance of eyeliner, even though we're not putting any eyeliner there at the moment. Go a bit more.
Dab, dab, dab.
Dab, dab, dab. You can as well, if you like, get some right on the tip and then just put a little bit just here.
Oh. Was that underneath?
Yeah, and on top, just in that little pointy bit there. Excellent.
And I realise I've still got a little bit of sleep in there.
Yeah, that's fine. We all get eye boogers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my concealer brush and I'm going to...
Mine looks different to yours, but that's okay. They're both concealer brushes. So
that is. Mine's an old one. Waste not, want not, and all that. And I'm going to use this to blend. So just blending back and forth like this so we don't have any harsh lines.
I'm just going to do this to make sure there's no product on there from previous applications.
You can see how, look at this
one.
Down or blended, not blended.
Oh yeah.
I'm just doing sort of a windscreen wiper. Yeah. You can see blended, not blended. So we'll do this one. I think the key is to either do a windscreen wiper or blend downways. Please don't blend upways because you'll end up with dark shadow right in your eyebrows and you don't want that.
So, yeah, okay. Dab, 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 dab.
You can also, if you want, just blend off that little bit under the eye as well. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Yeah, so clean as you go. Excellent. While you're here, just check if you've dropped any shadow under your eyes. I've done all right. But if you have dropped any shadow under your eyes, you can sweep it away with your concealer brush. If you've dropped a lot under your eyes, you might just need a little dusting of foundation on your brush and just sweep some foundation under there to make sure you've tidied up. That's looking awesome. So there's a couple of options here. I'm going to step straight into, actually we'll do highlighter first and then we'll move on to eyeliner. So I'm going to highlight with this colour now.
So it's the brow brush again.
Brow brush again with the shadow end, and I'm just going to pop some just here. Just under your eyebrow on that brow bone.
Oh yeah.
Like pop.
A little bit of prettiness.
Love, love. And I just check, I'm happy with the shapes. This is where you check everything. I'm happy with that. Pretty. So at this point you can pop some eyeliner on the top over your eyeshadow if you want to. So our shadow liners work really well. I could pop some mushroom shadow liner on the top, but because I just want to keep this quite a soft smoky look, I'm just going to go straight into the waterline. I have sharpened this before we started filming, and I'm just going to pop some.
And if I was going, say, to the races or a wedding during the day, this would be a great eye. And then come home and get my charcoal shadow liner and just go right over the top of my lashes. I wouldn't necessarily put any underneath, just over the top, just to give it a bolder look, which is lovely for nighttime. And you don't have to adjust anything else. Keep those lovely colours.
Awesome, so I've done the waterline. Then what we'll do, I use the dark brown, but I do use black as well. I'm using dark brown to keep it a soft look. Then I'm going to curl and apply my Sable mascara, and you're going to curl and pop your Darkest Night mascara on.
And when you're doing the lash curling, if it hurts, you've got skin and
Yes,
you've got
it shouldn't hurt. It should just be easy, just like curling your hair, nice and easy.
1,
so
2,
you can,
3.
Yeah, curl and then mascara. So first coat. Then I'll move on to the other eye, curl and mascara. One, two, three. You can tell we're concentrating, putting our mascara on. I'll come back for the second coat.
To not put mascara underneath, unless I've got a dark colour like the shadow liner underneath. I tend not to put the mascara underneath, and I think that's just because as I'm getting into my 40s, I'm a little bit just aware of my eyes in a different way than when I was younger, and it can just make them look like they're drooping just a little bit.
I love mascara underneath, so I've done 2 coats on the top, then whatever's left on my brush, I don't dip it in again, I just do a little wiggle wiggle on the bottom, and a wiggle wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Make sure there's not too much on there because you don't want to get panda eyes. Oh, let's have a look. Cool, I'm happy with this. So then I would just finish off with a little bit of a nude lip or some gloss, not too much lippy because you don't want it to be bold, it would just be too much. I'm happy with that.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. See ya.
Bye.